Officials say at least 40 Ukrainian soldiers are dead after overnight bombing near the Russia-Ukraine border. Russian President Vladimir Putin authorized a military operation, further intensifying an invasion of the country. And this puts Russia at war with Ukraine officially.
Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the attack on state TV in Russia, claiming it's intended to protect civilians. The White House will announce new sanctions to punish the Kremlin for its actions. President Biden plans to address the nation at 12:30 today, and we will carry that for you live on WAVY TV 10.
Meanwhile, 10 Your Side's Chris Horne is live in Hampton with Governor Glenn Youngkin, who is in town for an event.
And Chris, what did he have to say about the crisis in Europe?
Yeah, we have not had a chance yet, Regina, to talk with him about that. Right now, he's addressing business leaders, business owners, and politicians here in Hampton at the National Institute of Aerospace. He's going to walk across the road here later on and go to Psionic. What he is talking about is tax relief and how things are becoming a much bigger burden on Virginians than he believes is necessary. We'll get to more of that in a moment. Of course, we have here in Hampton all 5 branches of the service. We have the American headquarters of NATO right in Norfolk. This is a major situation that is of great importance and impact to people here in Hampton Roads. It's the first geopolitical crisis, if you will, of his administration, the new governor. He's going to be moving over to Psionic after this, after he takes questions from business leaders about what they would like to see in terms of tax relief and incentives to get business working and technology working here in Hampton, and the support groups and support agencies and companies that support NASA here in Hampton Roads. So we're going to ask him about Russia. We hope to be able to talk with him after he's finished here, and also then he'll tour the company known as Psionic. Very interesting stuff. Interplanetary landings, navigation on other planets, obviously dovetails with what NASA's mission is here in Hampton Roads. Live in Hampton, Chris Horne, back to you guys.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. We look forward to hearing what the governor had to say, and we have a statement right now from Senator Tim Kaine, who sits on the Armed Services Committee and the Foreign Relations Committee. He released this statement saying, quote, "I commend President Biden for taking action to punish Putin's blatant violation of international law and affront to Ukraine's sovereignty. This is a crisis of Putin's own making, and he must reverse course immediately by withdrawing troops back to Russian territory and refraining from further aggression."